Hello, Virgos. How are you today? Hopefully, you're doing well. So, this reading is timeless when it finds you. It's your reading at that time. I am filming it on Thursday, the 3rd of June, ready for Saturday. But as I say, when it finds you, it could just be the thing that you need to hear in that moment. Gender is very fluid in my readings, so while there may be a man or a woman on the cards, or I may be saying you, just know that the characters, it's more about the character of the person that I'm talking about rather than like the gender on the card. So you can just switch it around, use your own intuition to kind of, why am I getting so muddled up with my words? I feel like that's going to be a factor in your reading, which I'll come back to. It might be like a man on the card, but if it sounds like you and you identify as a woman, just know you can switch that around. It's more about what's happening to the person. It's a general reading though, it's not a personal reading, so your own intuition is really, really important. You need to pick out the bits that are for you and leave anything that doesn't resonate. If I'm giving you advice and you think, I don't think that's what I need to do, trust your gut on that one. The other thing that I'd like to say about this set of readings is that I am encouraging you to look at not just your moon, sun and rising sign like people would normally do, but also to go and look at your Mars, Venus and Mercury placements. So Mars, if you are particularly trying to figure out how to take action on something, your Mars placement is going to be where you want to look. If you're interested in a love reading, you're going to want to look at your Venus sign, and if it's something to do with communicating with others, or perhaps friendship groups and this kind of thing, you're going to want to look at Mercury. All your placements can be found if you go into the description box down below. There's a link there. You can click on that link and it's going to take you to a website where you can look up your birth chart and find out all that information. All right, guys, I'm not affiliated, by the way. It's just the website that I use. You may have a situationship, Virgo. If we jump into the intuitive messages, I've got the word situationship. So, good start, right? I'm going to run through the intuitive messages as they came through for me. So, the first thing that I saw, and it looked amazing, was if you imagine this is kind of like my eye box, right? The visions that come into my head, this is the space that it's going to come in. The setting was like a vast universe, like a galaxy full of like, like pinky purple dust clouds and stars. It looked amazing. So think of like those really beautiful galaxy images that you see where it's like got the dust particles, but they're kind of like that kind of pinky bluey colour. Really beautiful galaxy scene. And here, like there was somebody, it looked like they were on a flying carpet. So they were on like this little flying carpet and they were kind of in like the meditation pose and they were looking up here at this very vast kind of like, all I could say is it looked like a source of energy or a field of energy. Again, it was like made up of all these like dust particles. It was just like this big universal presence, the imagery that it came through as. So it could be something to do with somebody meditating. Perhaps you meditate on a rug or a mat. And when you meditate, you kind of get that very kind of floaty, spacey feeling. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to take a layer off. It's very, very warm today. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, mom's spaghetti, right? Yeah, it was like maybe you are very good at connecting to the universe, being very zen. Perhaps you do things like yoga, meditation, or like Tai Chi or something like that, where you do an exercise, but it's quite spiritual. It could just be in your quiet moments, as you're falling asleep or as you're waking up, you sense this kind of like, I don't know, God presence, this kind of like Wizard of Oz voice, It felt like a big energy is all I can explain it to you. Again, don't worry about like your personal belief system. We're talking metaphorically, right? Sort of dreams and images and what that could mean to us. So it feels like some sort of source of higher power. It felt like, that feeling of awe of this kind of like bigger energy than us, right? The person was tiny, the energy was like massive. So could be meaningful to somebody at some point. Then I saw two girls lying in grass. So they were, it looks like, you know, maybe like a picnic, or like they'd like fallen over in a field, or they were sitting down. So sort of like wild grassland, you know, a little bit overgrown, daisies and things in there. Two girls, and they were kind of talking. I think one was kind of propped up on her hand, but I can't remember it clearly enough. But it felt like one of them was telling the others something. It felt like they were, you know, sharing a secret or confessing something or confiding, right? And then I got the word reveal, and I've made the note big reveal, big reveal. And then I got the word bullseye. So take that as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Then I heard the situation is being handled. So situationship, the situation is being handled. I don't know. We've got to go higher, which I feel like is something to do with that connecting to the universe thing. We've got to go higher. Now, it could mean that somebody has to, if you're in some kind of, I don't know, legal battle, or, you know, disagreement with family or friends or something like this, it could be, okay, we're in this situation, we need to take the higher ground, we need to do the right thing. Could be we need to put on a bit of a show here as well. I just got that through then, but it makes sense. So we've got to go higher. The way it came through, it was from the Power of Goodbye song by Madonna. I want to go higher, there's nothing left to lose. I'm singing it really badly, but yeah, it's that song. Then I got The Sweetest Thing. The Sweetest Thing, which is really funny because I haven't heard that song for years. I have to say it like that. It's not on my Spotify playlist. So where that came from, it just out of the blue. I was actually lighting for you when these two songs came through. I was lighting you a patchouli joss stick. So this is to bring love into the situation, to handle things. I'm hearing handle with care now. So I think if you're approaching something, you want to go into it with love, with emotion, with positive feelings, you know, kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve, being vulnerable. I think that's going to actually put you in a better position than being defensive. So you want to take the higher ground, basically. You want to do things with integrity. I mean, I'll come back to that as well, I think. Yeah, you want to do things with integrity. You want to kind of set a good example. So The Sweetest Thing by U2, I had to look it up. I didn't know who it was by. I was surprised actually it was by such a famous band. I thought it was like one of these like one-hit wonders, but no, it's O2 and Boyzone in that video as well. So I ended up watching the video, and I think it was for a reason, because what was happening in that video is that Bono's kind of there and he's done something wrong and he's trying to apologize, and he's kind of doing a big show. It's like, right, if I want to apologize to this person, I need to put on a bit of a show here. And he's not really speaking, he's letting all these things that he's kind of set up. I do recommend you go and watch that video so you understand what I'm talking about, by the way. So I don't know if you want to pause and go and watch that and come back, or if it's quite clear in your head. But he's in this car, and clearly he's the person in front of him, like our point of view, we're the person he's apologizing to, right? But he's not actually speaking. He's not actually saying, I'm sorry. He's kind of like, he's got all this like, this guy riding an elephant and this fire truck and these signs that say, I'm sorry, I'm really, really sorry. And he's kind of put on this big show to show how sorry he is. So he's gone above and beyond, if you like. You know, we need to go higher, we need to do more. So I really feel like somebody's perhaps trying to apologize for something that they've done. And as well, if you go and look up the lyrics of that song, it's almost like a refusal to let go of a situation that's clearly broken, it's clearly falling apart, but they're seeing it as like, it's like, you know, like loving somebody who is not good for you, or loving someone who actually treats you quite badly, is the way it comes through in that song to me. So I'm getting a couple of things. It could be that somebody is being treated quite badly, but they're finding it hard to disentangle the heart. They still, maybe like always, instead of like blaming the other person, they blame themselves when actually the other person's doing something wrong. Or it could be that somebody here is the sort of person who says sorry, but you know, like actions and words, they don't match. You know, putting on a big show to show the world how sorry they are, but actually it's all a show. Something like that could be coming through, or you could be given advice to kind of really put on a show to show somebody how much you really feel about them. So do use your own intuition there to know which way that fits for you. And then yeah, the words "a stormy kind of love" stood out to me. Ours is a stormy kind of love. And then I heard "the most wonderful man in the world." He's the most wonderful man in the world. So for some of you, it could be like, you know, you're in a relationship where everybody thinks this person's amazing, they're the most wonderful man in the world, but it's like behind closed doors, that might not be the situation. I'm saying he, you know, it can be vice versa, you know. Then I got a contrast because the video and that song really felt not right to me. Again, it's kind of like your card, Virgo, is the magician in the tarot. You share Mercury energy with Gemini, which means that sometimes you can be a little bit, I don't want to say two-faced because that sounds very, very negative, but almost like tricks up your sleeve, a bit of a showman, putting on a good show, that kind of energy. So a bit of a disconnect between what you present and what is going on internally. So not necessarily in a bad way. You're just very, very aware, I think, of appearances. So there could be something there with that as well. Yeah, so I've got this kind of awkward situationship, right, where, you know, it feels like it's just not working in whatever this is. But then I felt like I got a different version of love, a different example of love, because then they told me I love freely. And what I was getting from that was the concept of somebody who can quite actively, I think, choose to love somebody and to love them freely with an open heart, not expecting anything in return. I love you because I love you, bottom line, you know? And it's like, I'm going to be there for you because I choose to do that. So it's like loving with an open heart, unconditionally, without expectation, because the ability to do so is a gift, is my notes. So actually, it's the purest kind of love, right? It's the truest, like, unfiltered kind of love. Is just like, I love you no matter what, that's it. You know, I love you. I can see all your faults, you know, I know what kind of person you are, and yet I still choose to love you. In a very, not expecting that person to change, not expecting that person to, you know, fully accepting who that person is. It's kind of like a mother's love, right? You know, warts and all kind of thing. It's like, I'm always going to be there for you. I've made this choice. But yeah, it's very much, it's not that this person, because you could see how that kind of person could be taken advantage of. It's not coming through as coming from a weak place. It's coming through as like the Empress. The Empress would have the ability to do this. You know, the Empress is abundant with love. She has, it's like a bottomless well of love. It doesn't run out. So it doesn't exhaust her to do this. It doesn't, it's something that comes freely from her and naturally from her. So it's, again, this could be you that I'm talking about. It could be a mother. It could be different people, right? It's like it's a source of power for that person as an individual to be like, I choose love. I choose love because that's the epitome of everything. Like, my ability to love is a gift to me. You know, not to everybody else. Although it is. It's like, I know that my ability to love is something like magnificent. So take whatever you need to take from that. Then I got again with this kind of like contrast between the Sweetest Thing, which really felt like it wasn't working, and then this open love. I got Dream a Little Dream of Me by Kina, Grannis, which is very, very simple. If you go and listen to that song, so it's the Kina Grannis version, very simple, very straightforward. Dream a Little Dream of Me, right? It's again, like, literally the sweetest kind of love. That is the sweetest thing. So I feel like somebody's mistaken love for something else. I the line that popped out to me there was sweet dreams that leave your worries behind you. I do feel like somebody's quite burdened here. Somebody's quite worried. You are a worrier, Virgo. You worry about everything. So I hope you have sweet dreams. I hope you leave your worries behind you. I had about 5 dreams last night. Can barely remember them. The only thing that I can kind of remember, I was out in the streets and I found this lost toddler, and then I found this lost kitten, and so I had them in my house, and I was like, what do I do with the like, now I have a toddler and a kitten, what do I do with these? So that could mean something to somebody. Then the last song that randomized for you was Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon by Urge Overkill. So Overkill, I felt like that's what Bono was doing in that music video for The Sweetest Thing. So don't overkill. I don't know, or maybe you need to put on a show. Again, use your own intuition with that one. It sort of gives me like, you know, if somebody's done something really wrong, like, I don't know, you're in a relationship, the other person has stepped out and had a fling with somebody else. It's like that relationship is now broken and it cannot be fixed, right? It's like the trust is gone. So the person can put on the biggest show in the world, but it's not going to... It's coming through to me. I think it came through for Gemini. They had the phrase, Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes. It's like that crack cannot be mended now. The trust is gone. So I don't know if that's something that somebody needs to hear. Yeah, girl, you'll be a woman soon. So again, he's kind of like obsessed with this woman, right? And there's this thing about, you know, your family say that I'm not right for you and this kind of thing. So a bit of a creepy song. I was a bit like, oh, okay. But do take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. I'm just going to pause for a second and just kind of drink a bit more of my coffee. I've got my coffee on the side. And just rehydrate, and then I'm going to get into your cards. So 1 second, Virgo. Just getting something through about forgiveness again there. It kind of just popped up, which came through for somebody else. I can't quite remember if it was Leo or maybe Cancer. Could have been both. But something about forgiving and releasing and forgiving the self as well for mistakes. Excuse me, I've really very dry throat today. Again, it feels like somebody's like I say, Bono in that song, he's not really speaking. It's like he doesn't have the words to say how sorry he is, so he has to show her. Could be for somebody. Okay, let's go. So a woman holding the Queen and the garden and the gate. Okay. Oh, deceit on the underlying. All right, well, I'm just going to read these and we'll see what they have to say. 42. 4 and 2 breaks down to a 6. So I am getting that this is to do with somebody's foundations, where somebody is currently. Because the garden and the gate card is like, you know, being in quite a good place, being fairly comfortable. Kind of like the 9 of Pentacles energy, being fairly comfortable, but knowing that there's a vast world out there that hasn't been explored yet. So there's a sense of like maybe being a bit bored where you are, or feeling a bit like, you know, she's again this kind of like young girl, you'll be a woman soon, right? There's this sense of kind of like being perhaps kept under lock and key, but she has got the key there on her neck. She can move if she wants to. The butterfly symbolizes change, so she can leave. She has got the option to leave. But the thing is, with the garden and the gate and the woman holding the Queen, it's like it's comfortable where this person is. They're safe. You know, this is home to them. They're comfortable, but they're not going to grow. They're not going to be a woman if they don't learn to stand on their own 2 feet and be self-reliant. So it almost feels like it's going to be this way around. You know, like, you know, if you think about like a mother-child relationship, the child is dependent on the mother. You know, nothing wrong with the woman holding a Queen, by the way. Capricorn energy, this is somebody who is Queen of Pentacles, like, yes, okay, this is what it is. So the Queen of Pentacles energy is somebody who's very loving, very nurturing, very stable, very grounded. She's going to create a nice house and home. You know, her children are going to be well looked after. They're going to have everything they need. You know, good at career, good at finances, good at day-to-day tangible things. You know, very, very nurturing energy. Sometimes they can be a little bit too obsessed with money and kind of you know, maybe a bit too work focused, and like the emotions can kind of need to be pulled out of this person a little bit. But I don't know why I'm getting that today. I don't normally get that, but it is a factor of the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, so this person, like the child of this mother is like in a comfortable place, you know, well looked after, have their needs met, but they don't know how to do this for themselves, because the Queen of Pentacles energy is, it's funny I said like, my nose is squeaked. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, both Capricorn energy. The difference between them is like the Queen of Pentacles is normally partnered somehow, so she might be a wife, she might be a business partner, she might be a mother, you know, so there's a connection with the Queen of Pentacles. She's working with others, where the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is self-reliant, independent, fully capable of living their own life on their own terms. And there's a lot of self-care involved with both of these. So it's like this child's need to go out into the world to learn how to be this. So it's almost like being protected to a certain age, and then they go out in the world and learn how to be this themselves, you know. So it's like a cycle, and then this person has their own child and looks after them, and then that child goes out and do you see how that's happening? So yeah, so with this being slightly controlling energy, you know, it's kind of like, I know how to do it. I know that my way's best. I know that you are protected when you're with me. It's like you're also stopping this child from developing. So what happens when this person, I don't know, passes away, or you know, what happens if this person isn't there anymore, and this child hasn't had the chance to develop any of those skills for themselves? They're going to not know what to do. They're going to be completely lost. So part of being a good parent is allowing, you know, a little bit of free reign for this child to go out and kind of explore, make a few mistakes, fall down. I always say, like, if you think about if you're familiar with my readings and you've been watching for a long time, I talk about the Nine of Wands energy being this wounded warrior, you know, facing the obstacles, being knocked down onto your knees, and having to pick yourself up over and over again, learning how to fall. That came through for somebody as well this week. So that you've made the mistakes and you learn from them, and this is how you get to be an emperor or empress energy. You don't get to be an emperor and an empress if you don't develop you know, those skills of resilience and you know, that getting back on the horse attitude. So it's in this person's interest to let this person have a bit of room to explore, to figure things out on their own terms, you know. And they can be there, very, you know, Queen of Pentacles, very, very good at giving practical advice, very caring, very like, I'm here for you. If you make a mistake, come to me, I'll explain how you have to figure it out. And if this person's honest with themselves, they know that they've done that and made the mistakes themselves to get to where they are today. So I feel like this person needs to see, I think this person needs to see that. This person needs to see that they are and I feel like that's part of it. I feel like this person is like, I've made the mistakes, so I want to protect you so you don't make the same mistakes, which is great. You can give this person advice, but you know, you also have to, sometimes people don't really learn a lesson until they've done it for themselves. So I feel like there's something going on there with that. That deceit's coming through though. It could be self-deceit, somebody deceiving themselves. Feels like deceit about money, right? You know, both of these people are holding a coin in their hand. So we'll read all of these cards and figure out, you know, you can see how it applies to you. So 42, a woman holding a coin. Female connection in money, health or value. The elegantly dressed woman on this card sits on a beautiful chair holding a bright gold coin. When the card comes upright in a woman's reading, it may refer to her directly and to a successful endeavour regarding her own finances or health. This card could also signal a woman of support or assistance regarding these issues. She may give you financial advice or connect you with somebody who does. This woman may be someone you meet where you make your money, or it may be a woman of wealth and value. Either way, this card is telling you to be on the lookout for helpful assistance, or even the possibility of new love or friendship connected to a woman of wealth or business. Okay? And then you've got, and then I'm going to read the deceit card because I feel there's this connection. If you look at the way that they're both it's something to do with the imagery, the way that they're both holding the money, and the way they've both got their head tilted. So I just want to check what this is. It's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. Sometimes people can play the cards close to the chest for a number of reasons, right? But if you're dealing with this person, there could be some kind of trickery involved. So I do want to give you that warning if this is the case. Hidden tactics and manipulation. This card comes as a warning that there may be some deception going on in your life. The person hiding behind the curtain, it's funny, I was talking about the Wizard of Oz, right? The person hiding behind the curtain is likely someone you know or deal with, either personally or professionally. The duplicity could be regarding a personal issue, like someone spreading rumours or disrespecting you to others. Or it could be a business matter where the details are being hidden or even manipulated. Be aware of what is going on in your life. The man behind the curtain is holding a bag of something valuable, so watch your money and your good name, and make sure you have all the information you need to keep things honest and secure. Yeah, so somebody really needs to be very, very honest and upfront and open right now, because I feel like somebody else is playing games and doing tricks, and that will come to light. You know, that is bad karma. That will come to the surface. It may take time, but you know, they are generating their own bad karma for themselves. So as long as you act in high vibrational energy, you know, with integrity and honesty, then I feel like the universe is going to see that and reward that in the long run. So try and trust that if you make the right choices, that the wrong choices of others will eventually blow up in their own faces, right? A deeper layer of meaning may be that the deception is actually coming from within. Is there something you're lying to yourself about? In this case, the bag of valuables may be holding things like self-esteem, happiness, and even leisure time. Whether it's about your life or yourself, remember that the universe has a hard time sending you honoring experiences if your energy is shrouded in self-deceit. Okay, so you may have to just be very honest with yourself as well, especially maybe about money, about your state of your finances, perhaps. Okay. You know, I'm getting the impression, you know, sometimes when somebody's kind of getting themselves more and more into debt, like I've done this myself on quite a minor level. I'm talking like, you know, a couple of £100, where I've gone through a phase where I've had to really tighten my belt, and I've been, you know, in my overdraft, and, you know, it's really difficult, and you start to think, I don't even want to look anymore. I don't want to look anymore because I know it's going to be bad, but I need to buy these things, so I'm just going to buy them because I have to, but I'm not going to look at my finances at all. I'm just going to like ignore it. It's not the best way to deal with that, right? It's almost like it makes me worry to look at that, so I'm not going to look at it, but there may be a need to look at it. So that could be for somebody there. Yeah. The garden and the gate. Okay, so look, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Abundant prosperity and staying safe. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colourful flowers all around. Funny I said the girls in the field, right? However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked, while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. This card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time. But be aware, the choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or a fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from your karmic path or from living your truth. You have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside the gate. Again, I'm kind of getting a link between somebody else's reading this week. Somebody got like Wild World. Leo. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. So there could be, I'm getting a sense of like somebody almost being kept trapped, right? Being kept trapped by, if you stay with us, you're going to be safe. Look, we've got the money, we've got the nice home. You know, you're going to have security here, but not necessarily happiness. There's some deception here with this attitude of like, it could be like scaring you, like don't go out, like maybe you're off to university and the parents are like, or it could be like, you know, sometimes it's like parents are like, you have to be a doctor, otherwise we're cutting off your finances. I mean, that's not not in my experience because I'm not that posh. But, you know, you do hear it, you know, in movies and things like people have that kind of experience. And, you know, so it could be something like that where it's like, do what we want you to do, otherwise we're cutting off your funds. You know, we're cutting you out of the will, something like that, where it's almost like there's this temptation to stay there because it's like, well, everything's, you know, I'm looked after. I've got, everything is taken care of. I don't ever have to worry about money if I stay here. But it's like I'm hearing your soul's burning. Your soul could be burning to kind of leave and go and follow your own path. So that could be for somebody. Leave it if it isn't your story. We'll pull some more cards and find out what exactly is going on here. So Virgo, the protagonist of the story today. Who are you? Who are you? Maybe that's what you need to find out. Who are you? Self-discovery, right? One card, please, for who Virgo is today in this reading. Tell me who Virgo is, please, in this reading. Oh, the Sun. What else do we have here? The Sun, the Queen of Coins. Huge amount of Capricorn energy here, because like I say, this is Queen of Pentacles to me, so she's come out twice, and the Nine of Pentacles, all Capricorn, and I suppose you could say that's the Devil card, which again is Capricorn. So you've got a Queen of Coins and a Queen of Cups here. Okay, I'm going to take these. I think this is who you're dealing with. Let me just double check. Anyone else for Virgo? Anyone else for Virgo? Okay, quite a few here. Oh, hello. Ah, now the story's unfolding for some of you. Keeping up appearances, eh? Don't go out, don't... okay. So we've got the Sun. This is your energy. Then we have a Queen of... I'm going to go with the Queen of Coins first. Queen of Coins, right? Queen of Cups. Again, I was talking about the difference between the two different loves for you. Then we've got this Page of Coins and this King of Wands. Okay, let's just shove everybody over a little bit. Complicated, hey? Complicated story for you. There's Indiana Jones. I'm telling you, Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider, they keep coming out for me. Not just in this reading, right? There's loads of cards there. You can see that stack of cards. But I keep getting references to them. You know, when you see signs and synchronicities, it's like constant. I got this thing for, I think it was Capricorn as well, actually. This thing about there being a narrow window of opportunity. And you know that scene where he rolls out underneath the big door that's coming down and he grabs his hat. It was like that, and ever since then I just keep seeing the references to them everywhere. All right, Virgo, perhaps trying to take care of other people around you, perhaps being a little bit mother hen, I'm not sure, but I feel like this is somebody else. Right, the Sun card, you're showing us the Sun card, you're showing us look at, like running through the field of daisies, right? You're out in the field. You're one of the girls out in the field confessing how much you love someone. It's like he's the perfect man to your best friend, right? In the freedom of running through the field. So I feel like you could have confessed that you have feelings for somebody to a friend in a field. That's a message for somebody. But the Sun card, this is like being very clear, feeling like you're very happy, feeling very free. It's like she's been there for a long, long time. She's been trapped and now she's gone out and she's like, it's not scary at all. It's actually brilliant. I'm having the time of my life. Now I've had the time of my life. So yeah, it feels like freedom. It feels like being let out the gate. Suddenly realizing you have a whole world of opportunity in front of you. Suddenly realizing that it's not scary out there at all. It's like, oh my goodness, like this is better than I could have ever expected. There's a lot of confidence with this. It's Leo energy. You may have a Leo placement. Huge amount of confidence here. it's the happiest card in the tarot. So this is you being like, I made the right choice. Yeah, if this is telling me anything, it's like, get out of that gate. All right. Then you've got this Queen of Coins, this Queen of Pentacles energy, which, you know, as I was talking about up here, it's not necessarily a bad person. It could just be that they want to keep you safe, right? They've been out, they've explored the world, they've seen all the traps, they've, you know, raided all the tombs, they've had the bad guys after them. So it's like they know the dangers that are out there. It's coming through his parent-child, right? It's, as I say, the Queen of Pentacles, very good with money, could be a wife, could be a mother, could be a boss, somebody who's very, very capable. You know, I always say Queen of Pentacles or Lara Croft, this is like somebody who has all the tools they need to do the job. They're going to get the job done. They're very capable, very strategic, very intelligent. They really know their stuff, right? Yeah, been there, done that. Can paint the picture blindfolded. But I'm feeling like this is connected to, there's something off, right? There's something off with this energy. And comparing those two songs, like the Bono song, like trying to impress this person perhaps, and then this person here who's like a very contrasting kind of love. Could be, I'm getting sister. Could be, it's like, I love you for who you are and I accept you for who you are, and nothing is ever going to change that kind of energy. The Queen of Cups could be a water sign. It's particularly like Cancer for me. Scorpio, yeah, well, it could be any of them. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't have to be those signs, but it could be. But this is somebody who is really coming forward with that love, you know, really expressive, bottomless well of love there that can be tapped into. This person is like, they're loving very simply because they can. Is that, I don't know who that is on that card. I kind of recognize it, but I don't think I've seen the movie it comes from. Queen of Cups. Let's just see if it says who it is. Far too warm. Audrey Tattoo in Amelie. Okay. Maybe I need to watch that now then. Then we have a Page of Coins. This is somebody who is, it could be a child of yours. Pages can indicate children. It generally indicates somebody who's quite young and who is learning. It doesn't have to be a young person as well. This could be an old man who's learning something new, right? They're going back to learn a new skill at community college, that kind of thing. So Page of Coins, this is like, I have some kind of idea, and I kind of want to put this plan into action, but I need to figure things out first. I've got a bit more learning to do. But it's very, very practical. It's something real. It's not like pie in the sky energy. It's like, I've had this idea. What tangible steps do I need to do to make this happen? What information do I need to find out? What do I need to buy to make this happen? So this is someone who's in kind of like a planning stage, but they're very, very serious. This is like, they're really going to do something here. You know, when you study something, you get a degree at the end or a qualification. So yeah, this is something really practical that this person's doing. King of Wands then, very, very fiery, very charismatic, very confident. This is a go-getter. They go out, they get what they want, and they do it with a lot of style. They are very confident. They've made a lot of mistakes along the way. They've learned a lot of things. Could have been a bit of a player perhaps in the past because of that impulsive nature, but with them being a king now, they're very mature. They've really, you know, got the reins on their own passions, so they know that they've got a bit more patience now with what they do. Not a lot. They can get quite impatient if they really want to do something, but it's like they're much better at like controlling their passions now, but they still have, they operate from a very passionate place. You know, it's like excitement, leadership, creativity, again, Leo energy. So this person actually kind of matches you, just to say. I feel like these people match. We'll see. We'll get more information about all these. Oh, hello. Six of Cups there. On the split, could be something to do with the past, nostalgia, children, soulmate energy. Told you my hands were sweaty today. Right, I'm actually really uncomfortable. Ugh. Right, adjusting slightly. Okay, so let's find out about your energy. So you're showing us the sun. What can you tell me, please, about Virgo? What can you tell me, please, about Virgo? Okay, which way is this one going? Which way? Okay. The first thing I'm going to say is some of you may be leaving a marriage or a long-term commitment and you're having a huge amount of anxiety and fear over this. Yeah. Or you could be walking away from traditional values. You know, again, this kind of parent-child relationship, parents can have very, very, you know, they're of a different time. So they can have different codes of conduct, different values than the generation that comes after. So it could be that you're walking away from some kind of traditional belief system, core values, family traditions, culture, some kind of an establishment here. It could be some kind of like, it can talk about like church and state, you know, the powers that be, the people who run the show. And with it being, I'm sort of seeing sacrificial lamb there. With it being in the reverse, this shows that there's either something wrong with that. You know, this is not in the upright. This is like in the upright, the Hierophant is like church in the best possible way, right? Tradition in the best possible way, like the place where you go to feel like you're at home and like you're supported. In the reverse, it's like not that. It's like you know, when you hear the horrible stories about things that happened because of religion, or you know, the abuse of power, yeah, or and definitely like the abuse of power if somebody's being very controlling with money, right? Again, it could be work, could be family, could be a lot of different things. So or it's just somebody's walking away from something that felt very to do with the foundations, to do with the long term, to do with the powers that be. So but it does come with this huge amount of anxiety, depression. I mean, the Nine of Swords is quite it's one of the worst cards in the tarot. It's one of the most difficult cards in the tarot because it talks about mental health, and kind of the difficult things that we deal with mentally. So depression, anxiety, stress, sleepless nights, you know, really kind of worrying yourself to the point of getting sick. So I feel like whatever this is for you, Virgo, I feel like you know you have to do it because you're going towards the sun, right? You're going towards the freedom, the happy feelings, the expansion, self-confidence, because it's self-confidence about learning who you are and you know, standing on your own 2 feet, being your own person. So you're going towards the happiest card in the tarot, but I think the process of walking away from something that I think has kept you small, like kept you naive, kept you young, kept you under lock and key, I think is causing a lot of stress, because this is your comfort zone, right? Family, tradition, culture, home, church, it's your comfort zone. It feels like it's something you have to do. I had a very similar reading again for one of the past readings, but it's like as you get closer to that point of breaking free, it's like second guessing yourself, doubting yourself. Is this really the right thing to do? It's funny, I've watched Sun Tarot last night. I've done my readings up until this point, and then I watched Sun Tarot, and now I'm doing this reading. So this reading is connecting very much with what was coming through for, I think it could have been Leo or Cancer this week. And in between that, I've watched, so this very much like, I'm not copying, right? This is the story that keeps coming through for me. But then I watched Sun Tarot in between, and it was Libra, who's my next reading. And they had a very, very similar story of like, you know that there's a big change coming. You know that you're going to go into something better. It's like you're going towards your 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups is like the minor arcana version of the sun. And it was like, as you change, you look back and look at all the things that you're leaving, and you have that kind of like second guessing yourself, those doubts, those fears. But I want to say you are going towards the sun, right? You're going towards something really, really good. So There you go. Like but it is stressful whenever we do some kind of like big life change. There's the Magician. Look, told you I'd seen the Magician. When we go through those big life changes, when we really have some kind of big upheaval in our lives, when we think, do you know what, I have to do this for my own good. Sort of like I felt like this just after my daughter was born. I was like, I know I need to go back to education. I'm not getting anywhere in the system that I'm in the job that I'm in. I don't have any qualifications. You know, people who have the qualifications but not the experience keep getting the jobs instead of me, and, you know, don't necessarily know what they're doing. So I was like, right, I need both. I need the experience and I need the qualifications if I'm going to kind of go further with this. So I actually I was working full time, and I just went back part time, and I started a university course, and it was very difficult. You know, it was really, really difficult because I was juggling work, being a new mother, and studying. But I did it. I completed my qualification, so pat on the back for me. But I remember it was a big decision, and I was like, am I going to have enough money? Is this the right thing to do for my daughter? I felt like it was, because I was like, it's like the better educated the parents, the more likely the children are to be well educated as well. So I was like, I want to set a good example for my daughter. I want to get a degree so that my daughter knows that she can get a degree. So there was all this kind of stuff, but it did come with like this, a lot of fear, a lot of, am I doing the right thing? And I feel like it was the right thing. I feel like it was. I'm happy with my choice. So it is that kind of moment for you, I think. All right, let's find out a bit about this Queen of Coins, because she's seeming a little bit tricky. Queen of Coins, come on, what are you up to? I don't think she's a bad person. Nine of Cups. Explain who this Queen of Coins is for Virgo. Ace of Wands. This is somebody who feels like a dream come true for you, or I don't know, this person, there's something here to do with wish fulfillment, finding happiness from within, not needing anyone else to make you happy, you know, knowing what makes you happy, knowing what your wish fulfillment is, and going out and getting it and having a lot of success with it. This card there's a lot of abundance here with this card. It's funny because I think the card that follows this is blossoming abundance. It's when you leave the gate, when you go out into the world and discover who you are, when you make the mistakes and get the skills. I feel like this is almost like a progression here, actually. I feel like this could be you. As I was saying before, it's like, you know, I was saying the mother and the child, and then the child goes out and then they become the mother. It feels like that. It's like being let out the gate, being like, hey, this is amazing. But then, like, you know, hitting the kind of pitfalls and traps along the way, but then learning from it and actually becoming very, very capable. Which leads to this person's own abundance, you know, this person's own inner wealth. So yeah, this is kind of like a minor arcana star card almost. It's like wishes fulfilled, having everything that you could possibly need, feeling very, very satisfied. You can see he looks quite wealthy on this particular depiction of the Nine of Cups. You know, Lara Croft goes off and, you know, finds a lot of wealth, doesn't she? I heard sense of purpose. This Ace of Wands is coming through as a sense of purpose. Feeling very motivated, feeling like, you know, that fire is lit inside you, feeling like you know which direction you want to go in now. I think this is you. I think you've been dealing with somebody who's this, but you're becoming this. So it could be that you're learning from somebody else, right? This person could be some sort of coach, some kind of mentor, a literal teacher for you. It could be that you're dealing with multiple Queen of Pentacles energies, right? But this is like, yeah, this is like, I know what I have to do. This is my calling in life, almost. It's coming through as like success as well, which I don't normally get from the Ace of Wands. It's like, there's a huge amount of passion here. Based on an inner knowing of who this person is, what motivates this person, what this person wants, and going out and getting it is how it's coming through there. Queen of Coins, you're interesting. Queen of Cups then. Who's the Queen of Cups? Who is the Queen of Cups, please, for Virgo? Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Same person. Or you just got loads and loads of Queen of Pentacles around you. Okay, so Tower in reverse. Anything else, please? Anything else you can tell me about this Queen of Cups energy? Whoa, okay. So, yeah, you could be dealing with multiple women. You could have a lot of women in your life. Doesn't have to be women, by the way. Again, I had that like 2 women in the field thing. So it could be, that's what it might be. I think this is the sister of this person. For some of you, this is the sister, because I was thinking it feels like a sister, right? And then the Queen of Pentacles came out. I think that's actually just confirming for me it's the sister. As I say, very, very abundant. Like this person goes, if you remember the abundance of that 9 of Cups card, it's like this is what this is leading to. It's like really having everything you could possibly need, like going out and finding it and being like, I am fully capable. But the Queen of Pentacles, as I say, does normally share that prosperity, that those worldly goods with somebody else. As for some of you, it could be same-sex relationship, right? There's a connection here between these 2 people. They did come out of the deck together. There's a Tower moment in reverse here, which feels like Tower moment avoided. A Tower moment is like the rug being pulled out from under your feet, you know, chaos, conflict, that kind of like, oh my God, what do I do now feeling. But it feels like a Tower moment has been avoided or dealt with. It could be that you've gone through that Tower moment of, oh my God, this is a shock, what do I do now, my world is turning upside down. But you've passed through that, or this person's passed through that, right? I think these people have passed through this together. Then comes in this Wheel of Fortune. It's in the upright, so there's a huge amount of luck here, you know, good things coming your way. There's a lot of abundance coming your way, I have to say, but I think it does require you going out of the gate. The wheels turning in your favor, good fortune, good luck coming in, a huge change in your life, a big change of a cycle. It's very, very fortunate. Princess of Pentacles is the Page of Coins. It's the same card. They're both the Page of Pentacles. This is, so there's a connection here with this person. It could be, again, a child, daughter or son. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Especially if you've got a child who's an earth sign, or you are a child who is an earth sign, and these people are like parents, sisters, I don't know. Of course you're an earth sign, you're Virgo, dummy. I'm sorry, there's so many people in the reading, I'm getting confused about who's who. So this is like, as I say, it's like you could be coming in some money here. I feel for some of you, you could actually be because I'm getting through sisters and mother, it could be an inheritance, right? The Tower hits, could be a loss of a parent. Oh my God, what do we do now? We've lost this stable presence in our life. We have to stand on our own 2 feet now. But actually, whatever happened, it's actually coming through as, it seems like a lot of money coming your way. If it's not money, it's opportunity. The opportunity to generate money for yourself, because you're actually showing as somebody who's gone out and learnt lessons and is now coming through as very, very capable. So then it's like, here you go. What are you going to do with this? Where are you going to invest this? So it could be that you're going to like financial advisors, learning about investments. It could be that you now have the money to do what you want to do. It's like, okay, well, I can actually go and, you know, buy that motorboat, or I can go and have that vacation that I wanted to take. I can invest in the things that I want to invest in. So, but there is a need for like research, collecting information. But yeah, because you might be quite confused about choices. It's like, oh, I have a lot of, again, it's this feeling of like, here you're safe, but you don't have any choice. So you go out into that open field, and it's like suddenly you could go anywhere, do anything, be anything. It's coming through as like a really good feeling. It's like, oh my goodness, I've got all these options now. So here's that feeling of like, right, well, I've got all the options. What do I want? What do I want from life now that it feels like now that I have money, what do I want from life? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? Like maybe you've not had options before. Maybe you've been sort of like how I was talking about, like how I went through a phase where I had to really tighten my belt, and like, it's like when you're in, you know, when you're like that, you don't have options. When you don't have qualifications, you don't have options. So now it's like, what, you've got a qualification, you've got money, and it's like, oh my goodness, I've never had this much opportunity before. It feels like the sun's rising. If you've been through a difficult period, it feels like the sun is absolutely coming up for you. Look at all the rays. So yeah, a lot of choice, quite a lot of confusion as well. It's like, maybe I'm a little bit scared of taking a wrong step. I'm a little bit afraid of making the wrong choice. And then you have this Queen of Swords. So I feel like you are going to get clarity. You are going to get a huge amount of clarity here. If you are feeling quite confused and overwhelmed, you're going to think about it, and you're going to know what you want. You're going to cut out the things that you don't want, and you're going to be very, very clear and communicating what you do want. The Queen of Swords is Libran energy, very, very strong. Scorpio energy, Sagittarius energy, just in case I missed any. Who would the Page of Pentacles be? I don't know, any earth sign, like student card. This is coming through with a bit of Gemini energy for me as well today, just because she's got a lot of butterflies around her. It is typically Libra. Yeah, very, very clear. Feels like standing in your own power. Or this could be another person around you. Again, I keep getting this business about 3 queens. It's the same 3 queens. Okay, if this is resonating for you, if you're thinking, actually, this is 3 women, right? Just because I had that dream where there was the 2 women in the field as well. If you watch the Tell Me Anything reading that I did at the start of the week, I think I called it You Are the Reason. I had 2 dreams, and I was the 3rd woman in all these dreams. So there was this thing about 3 women. And the only queen that was missing from that reading was the Queen of Wands. And again, you've got these 3 women now, the 3 queens, but not the Queen of Wands, the same 3 queens. So there could be some kind of tie into that Tell Me Anything reading that I did at the start of the week. So, all right. Again, this isn't, I'm saying you, but this is like the Queen of Cups that I was reading for then. Okay, so tell me then about this Page of Coins, please. The Page of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles. Tell me about this Page of Pentacles, please. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something to do with money here. Because this is division of the assets. You can see actually here, this father figure kind of handing out money to these 2 people at the ground. The 6 of Pentacles is about making things right, making things balanced. Again, this Libran energy coming through. It's giving with an open hand, but in a material sense. I was talking about the Queen of Cups energy, sort of like giving love with an open heart. This is like giving wealth with an open hand, because you don't expect anything in return, or you expect, excuse me, some kind of loyalty in return, or it could be things like, I've done a job, I expect to get paid for the job, right? There's an exchange here of something, but there is an element of finance, of correcting the scales. If there's been some kind of like financial imbalance, this feels like something's being made right. Tell me more, please. Why is the 6 of Pentacles here with this Page of Pentacles? So if there was some kind of financial matter for you, because this could be you. It could be something that happened when you were younger, perhaps. Something to do with being when you were a student. It feels like there could be something from the past involving money, where perhaps you were given the short straw in a situation. Perhaps something wasn't fair. Perhaps there was deceit and somebody withheld money from you, or there was something going on. Something going on with like money in the past, perhaps when you were a child. It feels like there's a correction here now. Feels like perhaps something's come to light, and it's like, I didn't know I had this. It could be like a trust fund you didn't know about, or you were left money in a will and you didn't know about it, and somebody withheld it from you. Like, oh, he doesn't know about it. Maybe, he'll forget about it, and he, she, they, we can keep it for ourselves. It feels like, no, you're going to get that money. You're going to get that money. Tell me more, please. Why is the 6 of Pentacles here with this Page of Pentacles. The World. That, yeah, there's something completing for you. There is something, there is a cycle that's closing. It's gonna be balanced. It's gonna be fair. You're gonna get your fair share here, or you're gonna give other people their fair share. Again, if this is leaving a long-term commitment, this is division of the assets. You know, the final paperwork, the final, this belongs to you, this belongs to me. Right, we're wrapping this up. We're done. Anything else? Could be you've got a child with somebody, and you know you're working out. What's it called? I heard alimony, which is I think what they call it in America. I don't think we call it that here. Like child support. Yeah, look. Giving with an open hand, but there's new opportunities. It's like gift. It's almost like give to receive. Somebody has to make something right in order to close something out, in order to receive the abundance that's coming their way from the future. This is like the divine. This is the universe trying to bring in an opportunity here. But it feels like this needs to close out first. It's like, yeah, look, it's like behind him. It's coming in. Like, can you see that yellow dot? It's like the universe is bringing something in. It's coming in behind this person. Again, it could be you and you're getting some kind of like inheritance or like... But it feels like you have to give in order to receive, right? Okay. All right, King of Wands, you've been haunting me ever since I did the practice reading. Indiana Jones, what are you up to? Come on, who's this King of Wands for Virgo? Or somebody who absolutely, this person knows what they want. There's no messing around here. This person's not confused. This person is like, I know what I want and I'm going to go and get it. No confusion. They want their happiness. And they want to get over that bridge, whatever that bridge is. This person, I feel, is separated from something they see as their happiness. They're not confused. They know what their happiness is. They know where they want to be. It's probably something perhaps to do with family here, going back, seeing family, good times with children, you know, the love of your life, happily ever after. Really, really very beautiful image on this card. Yeah, this person knows what they want and they're going to get it. Absolutely determined, the King of Wands. There is this sense of crying over spilt milk a little bit here with this Five of Cups. There's something from the past that didn't work out for this person. Could be that they're grieving the loss of a previous relationship a little bit. Still learning how to let go of that. Still in the process of working through the emotions on whatever that thing was from the past. But you can see the Two of Cups standing here. So it could be that somebody thought something was the Two of Cups and it wasn't. So they're letting go of that, but it's almost like now they're seeing, it's like they're starting to see perhaps that Two of Cups that's still standing behind them, the real Two of Cups, right? The real happily ever after. The point is that this is the old situation, this is the new situation that they haven't quite yet realized. They just need to let go of this, turn around and see this. And then I feel like this castle here, the meaning of this card is like this person's very close to crossing that bridge and getting to that castle. I'm seeing the castle as almost like the happily ever after. So they know what they have to do. They are going to do it. It's just like, feels a bit like saying the last goodbyes, you know, really letting go of something before they move forward to whatever this is. But it does feel like there's a bridge that has to be crossed in terms of like perhaps repairing a relationship. Tell me more about this Five of Cups for the King of Wands. Yeah, they're not... For some of you, this is somebody who doesn't want to be deceptive. You know, they want to be honest. They want to do things with integrity. For others of you, and it could be both, this person is not capable of manifesting their happily ever after while they're still grieving a past situation. It's what, like, while their emotions are still tied up with that past situation, they're not capable of making their new dreams a reality just yet. They have to get over this first before they can really be that kind of like powerful figure of the tarot who has dreams and fantasies and knows how to make them a tangible reality. Right now there's still this kind of getting over something in the past. Tell me about the Ten of Cups though, please. The Chariot. Yeah, they're going to take action. They're going to move. They just have to get into alignment. They have to they have to work through the feelings, you know, get themselves back on track. Once this person's back on track, it's like nothing is stopping them. They are going, and they are going fast. This is one of the fastest cards in the whole tarot. But it does say the horses have to be in alignment, the light side and the shadow side, right? The two sides of the self have to be facing the same direction for that chariot to move. And when it does move, it's like fast action. Very, 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 very successful. This person's successful. Well, you know, they're going for the victory. They're going for the win. They know what they want, and they're going through at it full speed ahead here. Very, very, yeah, this person's not messing around, but they're getting over something. Look at that as well, Ace of Cups on the bottom there. Tell me about the past situation. What's the Five of Cups? Ace of Pentacles. It could be that this person... No, give me another card on that Ace of Pentacles. So again, it's that divine offer, that divine opportunity from the universe. I think somebody may feel that they missed an opportunity. They missed an opportunity. Or they didn't make good use out of an opportunity, perhaps. It's showing in the upright, so it's positive. It could be that they didn't... The Prince of Swords in reverse is, I mean, in the upright, this is like somebody coming in with news, somebody coming in speaking their truth, taking action, doing what needs to be done. Yeah, this is like, you know, again, very, very fast here with the horses, like fast, doing what needs to be done, communicating. I feel like somebody did not communicate an opportunity. There was a golden opportunity. Someone didn't take action on it, did not communicate on it. And it's something to do with this Empress energy. So it's either the mother figure, could be a boss, could be a wife. But the thing is, I feel like it's... The Empress is normally, as I say, it's like she's all four queens of the tarot, and she has she's so abundant. She has all the kind of nurturing and care of this Queen of Pentacles, all the kind of grounded, practical capability of this woman here. She has that unconditional love, that like never-ending font of love, you know, and support and emotional guidance and yeah, just unconditional love. She's fiery like the Queen of Wands, charismatic. She takes action. She gets what she wants, and she's a very clear communicator, very intelligent. She cuts things out if she needs to. She doesn't mess around. She's very high vibrational energy. She knows who she is, and she knows her worth, and she's a legend, right? She's an absolute legend. We love the Empress. Taurus Libra energy. Doesn't have to be those signs. So this person here is like, if this is this person's like dream woman, they missed an opportunity to communicate something with her, or they missed the communication about an opportunity. So they have to get over that, right? They have to... I feel like they're going to... No, I feel like they've missed an opportunity. And it's like maybe that opportunity is coming back around, or they're trying to... If that opportunity comes back around, they're not missing it again. All right, I hope that was helpful to you. There's a lot of people here. A lot of people. Again, switch it around. If I'm saying like about it's them and then this is the way you feel about them, you know, switch that around if you need to. Complicated story. But then you've ultimately got the... Oh, hello, Three of Wands. Someone's made a decision. Someone's made a decision, but they're waiting for the right timing. feel again it could be connected to that King of Wands with the narrow window of opportunity. But then you've got this Lovers card on the bottom here as well. More Capricorn energy, I'm telling you. The Lovers card, Gemini energy, which is about a divinely guided love. People often see it as a third party thing, you know, a choice in love. I see it as choosing love. It used to be called the choice card. This is like nothing else matters except for, you know, except for love. Love's the most important thing, so I'm going to choose love. It's the Romeo and Juliet card, and it's divinely guided. Normally there's a divine being on this card that's bringing these two people together. So this is choosing the heart, choosing love. Perhaps being unshackled from things that have chained you in the past. So I've enjoyed your reading. It's complicated though, Virgo. Let's find out what else. Funny, you've got the horse spirit there. Gemini had this thing about horses, and look at it. Look, freedom is yours. Oh my goodness, I'm going to take that card. And advice, please, for the people coming. Oh, you've got the dolphin as well. I love the dolphin. I think Taurus had dolphins. Yeah, but there is time to heal. Okay, I feel like somebody's between relationships, healing from a past relationship. There's this thing about the shedding of the skin, right? The snake has to grow, so they shed the skin in order to have that growth. So there is this peeling off of what was, I feel, for somebody. But it's leading to something that's much fresher, much new, but quite vulnerable. You know, that new skin is vulnerable. This and that are true. I love your cards. Right, okay. 33. So it could be that you're coming between relationships, or it could be that somebody around you is. You know, just be aware that if somebody's leaving a long-term relationship, they may be particularly vulnerable. They may present, right, as this. They may present as this charismatic, charming, confident, capable King of Wands, but there is a vulnerability there. There is a healing heart, okay, under that quite charming exterior. So be gentle if this is somebody that's a love interest for you. All right, guys. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. Absolutely. Like I'm getting that so strongly. It's like out of the gate, right? It's funny, I had some readings ages ago. It's like months and months and months ago, where I was getting this thing about race horses, like wanting to get out of the gate. And there's this racehorse that kind of like got out the gate, but kind of had second thoughts and went back in, and then like went out again and went back in. And it's like, it feels like now you're really out of the gate. Now you've got, you know, now you're out. Now it's starting to feel a little bit easier. Now you're getting a bit of a trot on, right? And you're starting to enjoy it. It's like those initial, those initial nerves are gone, and it's like now you're starting to think, I'm actually starting to enjoy this freedom. Like, it was scary at first, but now I'm running. Now I'm running and I've got the wind in my hair. It feels really good, you know? So yeah, it feels like enjoying it now. When horse spirit appears, you are gifted with the spirit of movement and freedom. It is a time for travel and adventure, whether that means a trip somewhere or taking a different type of journey, one of freedom of choice. Told you, choice. Horse spirit reminds you that no matter the circumstances, you have free will and choices that can take you far away to a better place, a better situation, a better state of being, for there is no one but you to rein in your will to make a different decision. You are capable of making powerful choices that will affect you for a long time to come. Horses are social animals and known to be a friend to mankind, willing to carry us forward when we need it. Sorry, a funny little thing. Yesterday, on Wednesday, Gemini's reading went up, and I'd kind of forgotten they had this thing about horses in their reading, and about this character called Rhiannon, who she was kind of punished by having to carry people up the mountain on her back. And later on that day, I kind of went out for a walk with my family, and my son had there was something wrong with his knee. I don't know if he twisted it, or, you know, like if he was just a little bit tense, a little bit like, you know, needed to work it out, but he was struggling to walk a little bit. He was finding it a little bit painful, so I got him up on a bench and got him on my back and was giving him a piggyback ride. And as I was doing so, I thought, that's really funny. It reminds me of that story of Rhiannon carrying people up the mountain. So yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that, but there you go. Horse spirit reminds you that help will be available to you whenever you need it, and companions will be by your side wherever you choose to go, whatever direction you choose to travel. Life is an adventure, and Horse Spirit wants you to know that whatever choices you make, you have great spirit within, invisible yet holding you up and always walking by your side. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you can set your heart free to experience love in all forms. Spirit whispers to you that the gift of freedom is yours if you allow yourself to break out of your perfectionism and stubbornness. Make a move and enjoy the freedom of letting go of the need to control. I like it. I like the freedom element. I've got Mars in Sagittarius, so I think I don't like to feel like I don't have choices. I don't like to feel stuck in a situation or trapped. So like that idea of like the freedom really appeals to my Mars in Sag. As horses, of course, are associated with Sagittarius. And also horses are a sign of wealth and abundance, again, as if we needed more confirmation. If you look at the classical sources like the Odyssey, and Agamemnon, he's a very, very rich king because his lands are quite flat and he's able to keep a lot of horses, which means that he's got a lot of wealth associated with that. He can lead a big army because he's got so many horses, all these kinds of things. So horses as a symbol of wealth there. Again, with like... I know in my classical studies coming out, just ignore me if this is boring to you, but in classical Rome, in ancient Rome, the military system, you could only actually join the military if you were quite wealthy because you had something to fight for, you had something to defend. That was their theory, right? And it changed over time. They kind of let more people in, but originally it was like you had to be able to buy your own armor, and like if you could buy your own army, you were able to go into the army. And if you had a horse, you were kind of the equestrian classes, which were the high-ranking nobility. And these are the people who actually joined the Senate and, were the decision makers, the very, very wealthy of Rome. Because, if you had a horse, you were really wealthy, was the kind of theory. So horses and wealth, definitely another tie in there with that. Dolphin spirit. This and that are true. Dolphins as well are a symbol of I don't know why all my Rome stuff's coming through. Dolphins to me are a spirit of Aphrodite. You've kind of got like Neptune, right? The god of the sea, and Poseidon. And Aphrodite was born of the ocean. Horses are associated with the ocean. Dolphins are associated with the ocean. Aphrodite was born from the ocean. So yeah, this could again have this love reference for me. Also, dolphins are very happy seeming animals. They kind of like jump through the waves, so they don't get knocked down by those waves that life rolls at you, but they know how to kind of enjoy the moment, and have that happiness. And again, this real sense of freedom of exploring a vast ocean. Dolphin spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As the dolphin is both mammal and sea creature, so too is dolphin spirit both this and that. Two truths coexist, the story you tell and another as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is a blessing too in the helpers that appear. Within clouds are silver linings, which we later reflect on what happened. When we later reflect on what happened, we can see that a situation was both this and that, a choice that led both to joy and sorrow. That's kind of what that King of Wands was experiencing. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities of both light and shadow. Focus on the positive, for light exists alongside the darkness. Dolphin spirit calls to you to come up from below and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun. As you dive in and out of this and that and then that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life, why not join dolphin spirit in acknowledging and affirming the blessings present in this moment? In all areas of your life, there are both aspects of this and that. Today you can celebrate this fact and recognize the complexity and the beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move forwards towards the new self you are becoming. Aspects of both selves are present, so even if you want to say goodbye to what was, you are required to find solace in this between time. Today is not a day to choose one over another either, but rather to accept things as they are without judgment or resistance. Even in matters of the heart, duality is present. Your next action will be obvious when you drop your bias and see things as a whole. All right, so I hope that was helpful to you. It's a bit of a long reading, so it's probably a good thing it's going up on a Saturday. Hopefully most of you are off work. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's given you some insight into your own situation and kind of what steps to take next, or at least some kind of something that's kind of like going to heal any kind of like emotional wounds or complexities that you're dealing with. If you're in that kind of Nine of Swords energy for too long, please do reach out and get some help. You know, speak to a doctor, speak to family and friends, anyone who can kind of like help you out there if you're kind of feeling those heavy anxiety kind of thoughts. I do see it as temporary because you are going towards the sun, so you know, heads up, chin up, Chuck. It said maximum recording time reached and it's still recording. So, okay, I'm going to close out the reading. Go and check out the songs in the description box down below. Most of the songs that came through in the reading, apart from one or two that I've probably forgotten, are going to be down there. You can check them out, see if there's any extra advice there for you, anything extra to think about. Do go and watch the Bono video so you understand what I'm talking about. And then listen to that Kina Grannis song and just look at the difference in those two in the two relationships depicted in those two songs. And then I'm going to, when I finish this reading, I'm going to, I'm running out of breath. I'm going to get you two more songs. The second to last song on that list is going to be what you really need to hear right now. So take anything that comes through from that. And then the last song that I'm going to get for you is going to be advice from the universe. What does the universe want to prompt in you in terms of what to do next? So whatever you get from that, whatever you get instinctively, you know, work with that, figure out why you're feeling that way, why you're thinking those things. It may just be one word, one image that pops out to you that gets you thinking. So go along with that. Leave it if it doesn't resonate. Could just be for somebody else. And I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Leave me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment if anything particularly resonated. Thank you to the Stealth Watchers for making it this far. Do take care, Virgo. Remember, you are on the path to your sunshine, so keep going. You've got this, guys. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.